Then there's calcium and magnesium. When there's allergies, we know that that you really got to keep that calcium and magnesium going for essential bone building and nutrients. And that this particular formula, Nice Bones, calcium and magnesium, is a high tech. These products aren't something you're going to find in Walmart or Whole Foods. You're not going to find them there. They're not there. Why? Because they don't know about these things, and they are available to you direct from the manufacturer, and they're not even available in your health food store. So nice bones, and these essential bone building nutrients: calcium, magnesium, vitamin D. So about 3 of those at bedtime. They're tablets, and they're high tech. Let's take a look. When I say high tech, here's what I mean. I mean that they're using multiply chelated ingredients. That's right. They're using vitamin D from ergocalciferol. They're using the calcium. It's calcium carbonate, citrate, aspartate. So it's multiply chelated. You are going to get every bit of it when you go. You're not going to be able to find a product like that out there normally, unless you go to Doc Miles. I'm sure he has that kind of quality product because he orders a lot of his stuff from us, and has things manufactured from Brittany over there at Health and Herbs. So I know his products are the best you can get. It's the same as, because that's what we use. But anyway, the calcium's got carbonate, citrate, aspartate. The magnesium is an oxide, citrate, and aspartate. So so again, that's why you buy the products directly from the manufacturer. And that manufacturer, well, that's Health and Herbs. So let's go out of there and back to allergies again, because I'm giving you all the tools to get rid of and defeat allergens. And that's what people are telling me, that this is what works. There is something called MSM, methyl sulfonomethane. It's a powder. Looks like a pound of sugar. And every morning I take a big tablespoon of that, and I take a tablespoon with each meal. What it does is it keeps every cell in your body young and permeable and moist. Instead of drying up and becoming old and dying before its time, you're keeping it young and permeable and moist. So your skin, your hair, everything, you look younger, you feel younger, you got more energy, and it reduces inflammation. What does it do? It helps rejuvenate the joints in your body. And I'm saying it again, all and every body cell in your body is kept younger, permeable, and it's letting the toxins out, and it's letting the nutrients in, and you look younger, and your hair looks younger, and your fingernails look young and hard and beautiful. Wow, people say, what are you doing? And you say, I found out about MSM powder. I'm taking a tablespoon with every meal 3 times a day. And they say, give me some of that. You say, call 541-791-8400. Call the folks over there at Health and Herbs, and because I'm not giving you my pound of MSM, get your own. Anyway,
Well,
go ahead, Doc.
okay, one couple of things here. The MSM is the body's natural sulfur to lubricate all the joints. That's a known fact. And also, when they take the calcium in that, they need to take hydrochloric acid with it so it can go to the bones and teeth. Because it's a good calcium, there's no question about it, but they don't get enough hydrochloric acid in their guts like they're supposed to because of most of the GMO foods. 90% of our food chain is GMO altered, and so it kills whatever hydrochloric acid is being in production in the stomach lining like God provided for us. So fibromyalgia and all that kind of stuff, which there's no such thing as high tissue calcium, you have to take hydrochloric acid before you eat a calcium food or a protein food. But that MSM is the body's natural lubricant for the joints. So,
yes, sir.
I just wanted to.
Yes, sir. You are 1,000% correct. It lessens, because it's that natural lubrication. It lessens the pain and the stiffness of arthritis, and it boosts energy levels. And again, the side effects are beautiful skin, beautiful fingernails, better, stronger, better looking head of hair, and so forth. So yeah, MSM powder, find out about that. There it is. Its number, you can talk to the folks at betterhealthherbs.com, and or you can go online. It's number 4815. 4815. 4815 is the number for MSM powder. 4815. And the other thing that is good against allergens is bee pollen. You're going to say, "No, wait a minute. It's pollen. How can it be good against my allergies?" What you do, if you've never used bee pollen, which is the most perfect food on the planet, it's got everything in it. It's the most perfect food, bee pollen. But you start with 1 grain of bee pollen in 1 glass, 8 ounces of water, one grain, just 1 grain. You kind of mush it up and put it in there, and you take a sip. And it will begin to, and if you don't get any reaction, you can drink the whole glass of water, and that one granule. Now, then the next time you add another granule, 2 granules, and then 3 granules. You just keep adding more and more and more. It breaks allergies. It's an allergy breaker. It kind of inoculates you homeopathically. Bees collect only those pollens that contain the greatest amounts of protein and other nutrients. They mix them with the nectar and some of the bee's own secretions, and take them to their hives. Now, the bee pollen contains much more protein per ounce than any other natural food, and it's the only food that contains 22 amino acids of the human body. So if you want an energy builder, start taking a little bit of bee pollen and until you increased it to where you can take a whole tablespoon and get all that energy and all those nutrients. Talk about a multiple vitamin. Bee pollen is a natural multiple vitamin. Now, the bee pollen is also considered by some to be the most perfect food on earth. And in terms of its complete range of nutrients, it is used to build stamina and endurance, and as a support during any weight loss program. If you want to lose weight, bee pollen. Never used it before? Start with 1 granule, adding 1 or 2 granules until finally you are able to take a whole tablespoon. And you will get a blast of energy, a blast of nutrition, and it will help you with your weight loss program. It's bee pollen is considered to be an allergy breaker. And you start, again, by taking a homeopathic doses and gradually increasing until the allergens are broken. When the allergies are gone, wow, you've got your dose. And besides that, you're feeling great. Other possible uses of bee pollen are for exhaustion, hay fever, hypertension, high blood pressure, nervousness, and endocrine imbalances. You know, if you got a glandular problem, a low thyroid, bee pollen. Bee pollen is high in aspartic acid and is 35% protein. It is best to take bee pollen in the morning and or early afternoon so that the body is energized throughout the day and able to shut down and rest during the night. So you wouldn't take a big dose of bee pollen at night because you're going to be up all night reading the Bible, which is not so bad, but that's a good idea. But sometimes you might need your sleep, especially if you need to go to work tomorrow. So that bee pollen, don't take it late at night. If using along with a weight loss program, bee pollen, take prior to the meal. Take it before you take a meal. And if you're using bee pollen to build stamina and endurance, take prior and during the events. If you're going to you take prior to event, you're going to go run a race. You take it just before the race, and then you take it even during the race. You might, as you're running down the trail, you be snacking on a little bee pollen there, and whenever you're grabbing a cup of water, and start with 1 drop, like I said, in a glass of water for sensitive people, and increase to as much as 1 to 2 tablespoons daily as needed to remove the appetite and to add stamina. So these are the choices and the things that will get rid of allergies. Then there's grapefruit seed extract. Grapefruit seed, citrus paradise, works against viruses, bacteria, and fungi, and molds, and parasites, and E. coli, and strep, and staph, and salmonella. Grapefruit seed extract keeps them around, and other grapefruit seed extract is good against all those things and other disease-causing germs. Internally, the concentrate is useful for a wide variety of ailments, including Candida albicans infections, yeast infections and candida, and sore throats. And grapefruit seed extract is good against sore throats and intestinal upset and a lot of things. And may also be used to purify drinking water. When I'm going on a trip, I will put 3 drops in every gallon of water that I drink because it's going to kill all the viruses and bacteria and fungi and molds or anything that might be in the water that if I'm traveling, through Ecuador or if I'm in the UK or if I'm in Egypt or wherever I am, you bet I've got my little bottle of grapefruit seed extract to disinfect the water, and so I can drink it. And then I also have my colloidal silver water generator, which I can sterilize the water. And I can sterilize a quart in 5 minutes. And I can make medicine water out of it in 10 minutes, which gives me a natural antibiotic. So I always carry my colloidal silver water generator box with me. It's about the size of a deck of cards. It's portable. I can sterilize the water anywhere I go. I can make colloidal silver water anywhere I go because I got my little colloidal silver water generator. And you should have, that's 2 things I will never be without, is my colloidal silver water generator and a little bottle of grapefruit seed extract. So I can put that 3 drops in a gallon of water. It may also be used to if you're traveling in a foreign country, but it may be used as a surface disinfectant in place of commonly used cleaners like bleach. It's better than bleach. Just put a few drops of grapefruit seed extract on a cloth or a sponge, wipe things down, bam! You just made it impossible for viruses and bacteria and fungi and molds and parasites and E. coli to exist. So if you had mold in your kitchen, you would put about, I'd get real generous on that. I'd go to a quart of water. I'd put about 6 drops in a quart, and I'd spray down the mold area, and it's going to get rid of the mold. And you're not going to, because a lot of people they're stuck in a house or an apartment that's got mold, and they can't get out of there, and they're sick, and they're getting sick. And don't do that. Find out about grapefruit seed extract and colloidal silver water. Those are great against mold. Now, And there's an amino acid. If we've got allergens, I'm going to give you a few more things. If you've got allergens, there's an amino acid called L-cysteine. That's L-cysteine. L-cysteine. That's an amino acid. All amino acids, you take them away from food. You don't take amino acids with food because it competes with the amino acids in the food. So you take it before food or after food, a half hour to an hour. Wouldn't you say, Doc?
That's right.
And you use that L-cysteine, you use it for respiratory illness and immunity and cell growth. This amino acid is as essential for the formation of skin and hair, and it promotes recovery from surgical operations and burns, and it is useful for the respiratory disorders such as chronic bronchitis. And it stimulates the white blood cell activity in the immune system. L-cysteine, number 2335. It will also cause hair growth. It'll cause your hair to grow more. Now, going on here with allergens, we're on the track of telling you all the things that will, and you may not need all these things, but you've got a lot of ammunition to get rid of allergies. But let's not leave out the greatest multiple vitamin in the world called Intramax. Intramax is a liquid. It's a liquid multiple vitamin. Is an all-in-one liquid nutritional supplement containing over 415 all organic ingredients. And with those 415 all organic ingredients, it makes that product a doctor's only product, not available in a health food store, not available at your supermarket, but you can get it from betterhealthherbs.com and when you call 541-791-8400. And it's got just one ounce of it. You take a half ounce in the morning and a half ounce in the evening. You hold it in your mouth for a minute or two, and then you swallow it down with some water. And it goes directly under your tongue, sublingually, into the bloodstream, goes through your cheeks, into the bloodstream. You are really getting all your nutrients from a liquid. You're not going to absorb it that well and get that much from a capsule or a tablet, but from a liquid, when you hold it in your mouth, you are going to get a massive amount of the nutrients, up to 300% more absorption. Now, this Intramax delivers over 80 vitamin sources, 33 super greens, 154 antioxidants, 62 fruits and vegetables, and a lot more. These essential ingredients create the perfect blend to help build and maintain overall health. Intramax is the premium choice for patients wishing to achieve optimal health and wellness. And if you want that Intramax is for adults. Intramax number 2302. But there's IntraKid number 2301. That's for the children, 6 years and older. You can give them the IntraKid. And that really boosts them up and gives them all the nutrients, and they don't get sick as much or at all. And now the other thing, when there is allergens, is vitamin C. You want 2,000 to 4,000 milligrams every 4 hours. Every 4 hours, because it only lasts in your body 4 hours. So every 4 hours, you want a big dose while you're having any allergic reaction, and it will help to detoxify you and help to get rid of that allergic reaction. Every 4 hours, 2,000 to 4,000 vitamin C. And then there's quercetin. Quercetin, this vitamin has a strong safety record and can be very helpful with symptoms. It does take about 7 to 14 days to reach the full effect, but quercetin is a good vitamin against allergens. There's stinging nettles. Stinging nettles have been known have known effects on inflammation and have been studied for sinus problems. Their safety record is also good, and nettles pair well with quercetin. So quercetin and nettles work very well together against allergens and inflammation. Turmeric. This herbal supplement, taken with curry, it's taken from curry. It's a, actually, you go to India, turmeric is what they use to make curry. And turmeric is gaining a lot of a huge reputation as a potent anti-inflammatory, an inflammation fighter. Turmeric, Turmeric, it's good. It's good. It helps with chronic sinus inflammation, and turmeric also helps to ease congestion and reduce inflammation throughout the body, and it crosses the blood-brain barrier, so it even reduces inflammation in the brain. Now, and feeds the brain. Now, B complex. That's the stress vitamin. The stress vitamin B complex. You want that. If you're having allergies, I take 1 capsule 3 times a day, because these vitamins, B complex, support the adrenal gland, and B complex also helps to keep the adrenal glands fueled, so you have adrenal energy, adrenaline. And excessive B complex can eventually aggravate the sinuses, so avoid taking more than 1 or 2 capsules a day. Okay, and if you're taking the Intramax, you do not need to take B complex, because it's already in that Intramax multiple vitamin, and it's all organic in the Intramax. And normally the B complex you're going to buy does not have organic ingredients. You might be able to find it. I haven't, but you might. Panax ginseng against allergies. Again, 15 to 30 drops under the tongue, and a little bit of licorice root. Same thing. Maybe maybe about 10 to 20 drops of licorice root. These herbs, the Panax ginseng and the licorice root, provide great support for the adrenal gland, and can therefore provide significant benefit for the fatigue that might come with the ongoing sinus issues. Now, Panax ginseng and a little bit of licorice also, most patients note that these herbs not only help the sinuses, but return their stamina and decrease the symptoms of brain fog. Those with a history of high blood pressure should discuss the use of licorice and ginseng with their health practitioner to make sure that it's correct for you to take it, because some people it's not the right thing for them. We have to look at what you're doing, what's going on in your body, and then to decide when and where or if we're going to use that Panax ginseng and licorice. There is a sinus and lung congestion herbal tincture extract if you need more help with the sinus and lung congestion during allergies. There's something called Omega Up. Omega Up provides optimal levels of vital and essential omega-3, EPA, DHA. It's pure marine fish oils, molecularly distilled. Supportive but not conclusive research shows that the consumption of EPA and DHA, omega-3 fatty acids, may reduce the risk of coronary heart disease to bring you vibrant health and energy. So not only is it good against allergies, it's a heart tonic. Omega up, that's a heart tonic. And
So let me slip one.
Go ahead.
Let me slip one in there. I use a lot of DHA, the best you can get, for triglycerides. When your triglycerides are elevated above 90, a lot of them are 150 to 200 or 300. You have high blood pressure. You hit the DHA capsules, and you take 2 or 3 a day, and all of a sudden your triglycerides come down to 90. You don't have high blood pressure issues anymore. That DHA is powerful, 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 which also helps you from having strokes and heart attacks.
Wow.
So
that's good
DHA, DHA is powerful stuff, and I'm telling you, I go through, got a case of it a week. It's just powerful stuff.
And finally, I'm coming to the end of some of the things that we know about to defeat allergies, and a lot of people have they called me up and they said, I'm on my way to the hospital to make an appointment to have another sinus operation because I'm constantly having sinus problems. There is a formula called antiseptic sinus wash, and that formula you would use up to 15 to 30 drops of this tincture in a quarter of a cup of hot water. Not real hot, make it comfortable, warm, very warm, but not hot. 15 to 30 drops in a quarter of a cup of water, very warm. Let it sit until it is warm. If it's hot to start with, let it cool down. Then use a neti pot to rinse out your sinus cavities by tilting your head back and to the side. You can also use a dropper. You can also add 1/8 of a teaspoon of Himalayan pink salt, which has all the minerals in it, and that's my favorite salt, is Himalayan pink salt. So where can you get all these things? You can get everything that I've mentioned from Health and Herbs. Health and Herbs in Albany, Oregon. 541-791-8400. Their website, betterhealthherbs.com. But let's go a little bit more with this sinus wash. You can also use a dropper. Some people just put it right. They dilute it a little bit with some colloidal silver water, and they take it right off and then syringe that up in a dropper, and they snort that up into the nostrils, right in through the sinuses, a drop or two at a time. We're not trying to flush, to make you we don't want to make you uncomfortable. So we're gentle. So you're just snorting a drop or two at a time till you've got enough antiseptic sinus wash that you've snorted through your nose, through your nostrils, one nostril at a time, until you see all this coming on the back of your tongue. Now you saturated your sinuses, and it's all the way coming down into the back of your mouth and on your tongue. You have sterilized and the herbs in the antiseptic sinus wash will shrink the inflammation, will shrink the mucous membranes. All of a sudden, you can breathe like you could never breathe before. because it defeats the inflammation, and it's wonderful. I've used it before many times, and it works. And people tell me when I use that antiseptic sinus stuff, antiseptic sinus wash, when they've used that, number 1033, they get a 2-ounce bottle, and that's an herbal tincture extract. And when they've used that, they tell me, guess what? I didn't have to have a sinus operation for the first time. I don't have to have, my sinuses are clear. I can breathe like I could never breathe before. So that's how we do that. You can hold this in your nostrils, and before you blow your nose, hold it in your maybe 5 to 10 minutes. Then gently blow your nose, not putting any pressure on the ears, just gently blowing things through your nose. You'll find that it will drain all this out of your sinuses and so forth, to where you can really breathe, and you can you can repeat this 2 or 3 times, and it works. It is absolutely relieves sinus infection. Now, one last thing we should talk about is teeth. Teeth, if they're infected and you've got sore gums and bad teeth, well, that's gonna cause your allergic reaction. Wouldn't you think, Doc?
That's right. Absolutely.
So there's a complete teeth report here on how to clean the teeth, and that report is so conclusive that if you use that report and you call me on the telephone and I put you on a little program, you will not have to go back to your dentist. That's right, not even for cleaning, because I'll show you how to do it, and we'll talk about that another time. But look at that teeth report, because it will tell you how to have the ultimate oral care system and the cleanest teeth with no stains and no cavities. And even if you did have cavities, it'll reverse them with the system that I can show you. Well, that's another story. Doc, did you have anything else to add regarding allergies?
No, just people have to take care of the liver. That's one of the biggest things to do. Take care of the liver with allergies.
That's it. That's why we talked about that first. That liver.
That's right.
Liver. So many things are all seated in a liver that is struggling. Isn't that right, Doc?
That's absolutely correct. People don't realize that you got 13 pints of blood running through your veins, but that liver processes in 24 hours. It processes 100 gallons of blood. That's amazing. So it's always getting stopped up, and it needs to get some help. And that's why, allergies happen and skin conditions happen and all kinds of stuff, because the liver is compensated. It needs to be taken care of.
Okay, well, I think we really did and we needed to. We really needed to talk about allergies, because we're in allergy season. And I know, Doc, you're going to get a bunch of people coming to you for your liver pills and for some of these other things we talked about. I know that they're going to be on their way to your clinic there in Texas. And folks, if you want to reach Doc Miles, he does research, and he does all these reports over his computer and analyzes all the information that you give him. He does blood work, hair analysis, and much more. He goes in depth and finds out what medical doctors are scratching their head and telling you, you're going to have to live with that. There's no cure for that. Then you call Doc Miles. You call him on 512-868-9867, because you don't have to live with it. You need to call Doc Miles, 512-868-9867, and get his opinion, because the man does wonderful work. He's helped so many people, and you needed to know his number, 512 868-9867. Doc Miles in Georgetown, Texas. I finally remembered it.
Okay.
So, my friend, if anyone has a question or a comment, please know that this isn't a lecture. This is a discussion. We want to hear from you. You can press your star key on your telephone and you can join this conversation. You can ask a question. You can suggest a topic. Maybe there's something you'd like to know about, you'd like to talk about. Maybe you have a friend who has a certain health a challenge. We're here to give you the information and suggestions that are going to help you. That's what this is all about. So be sure and press your star key 2 times right now and join the discussion and let us know your testimony, your question, your topic that you want to talk about. Please press your star key 2 times if you'd like to do that now.
Praise the Most High. Can you hear me?
Praise the Most High in Ohio. That sounds like Sandra.
Yes, this is Sandra.
Bless you, sister.
I actually wanted to get that Dr. Is it Miles?
Yes. Dr.
Miles' phone number again.
512-868-9867. That's 512-868-9867. You got that?
Yes, I have that. And nice to meet you, Dr. Miles.
Hello, sweetie. How you doing?
I'm blessed for the Most High. I do have a question. I have a friend of mine. She's on dialysis, and they're saying that there's certain things that she can't eat because she's on dialysis, and I wanted to see if I could give her your number.
Well, I used the Renal Plus, which is made by Body's Research out of Houston. And what it is, it's food for the kidneys to make them start working right. And it's amazing, amazing product. And so many people have kidney issues. If you have a lower backache all the time, the kidneys need some help. And the Renal Plus, you have to take 3 in the morning and 3 at lunch and at supper. And it really does change it. I've had people that were on dialysis, and after they took it for a time, all of a sudden they didn't need to do the dialysis anymore. So it's pretty neat stuff, I'm telling you. I mean, this is what I've seen. I can't tell you that it'll work for everybody, but I've seen it happen many times.
Okay.
And let me add to that. Let's take a look at some of the things that I use that might complement, I'm sure it would complement what Doc Miles is using. Because sometimes, we need more help. So that's why I'm here and Doc Miles is there. And we've collaborated together, creating herbal products and nutritional supplements and so forth for many, many years. And I love Doc Miles, and he does such great work. You can have absolute confidence in him. And I'm now looking at common conditions and giving you some other ideas about kidney disorders and things that I've used and I have witnessed people coming off from dialysis machines. So I go to common conditions on herbalhealthreview.com and I click on common conditions. And then I click on kidney and bladder disorders. And now I'm looking at that report, and it's telling me that kidneys are vital to the human body. I mean, they're really very vital, which means that the kidney failure results in transplants or dialysis to manually remove the body wastes, because that's what its job is, to get rid of the wastes. And it can't do it anymore. because the kidneys serve an important function in the body. They filter fluids and wastes from the blood to form urine and regulate some of the body's substances. The effects are serious when kidney disease develops. Polycystic kidney disease is especially dangerous because it can cause liver cysts and problems with blood vessels in the heart and in the brain. So we're talking about the kidneys, and here it is. It's causing liver damage, liver cysts, and problems with the blood vessels, and the heart, and the brain. So that's pretty serious, and these are, these are in addition to the kidney malfunction. So we need to get it before it's causing all this damage to the liver, causing liver cysts, and with blood vessels and problems with the blood vessels in the heart, and problems with the brain. So along with the kidney malfunction, because it doesn't stop there. That's why you need to know how to work with it. And so working with Doc and what he's got, and then this polycystic kidney disease can also cause blood in the urine and frequent urinary tract infections and high blood pressure. There we go. That's why when people come to me and they tell me, I've done this, I've taken all the high blood pressure, and I say, well, okay, let's look at the kidneys. Let's get those kidneys going. Funny thing happens. When we work on the kidneys and we work on the high blood pressure at the same time, bye-bye high blood pressure, and hello, healthy, happy kidneys. So kidney disease, it's going to cause these problems of frequent and urinary tract infections, high blood pressure, kidney stones, aneurysms, and diverticulosis. Therefore, treatment of polycystic kidney disease is important. It's vitally important to keeping the disease and its symptoms under control. Don't let it get out of control, because then it's harder to work with, and we can still do it. We can always help, and we can always comfort. And if we catch things in time, we can usually make them disappear, all the problems, including kidney disease. Go ahead.
No, I just said amen.
Amen. All praises to the Most High. Now, so this kidney disease thing can display a whole bunch of different symptoms. Various treatments are prescribed by traditional doctors, and over-the-counter pain medication are given for discomfort. And large amounts of water are recommended when the blood is in the urine to keep it diluted. Hormone avoidance or partial liver removal are used to treat frequent kidney infections, which is barbaric. And alternative health treatments for the kidney disease include making sure you're getting calcium and magnesium, some of that number 2455 calcium and magnesium that we talked about earlier for allergies. You need it here too. It's needed all over the place, and it's needed here besides. So, calcium and magnesium, about 3 tablets before bed. Make sure you're getting those amino acids. You get a multiple amino acid taken half hour to an hour before meals. Enzymes with some hydrochloric acid in it. That's very important for that digestion. and Doc has some wonderful hydrochloric acid tablets that he can't keep in stock. Every time I talk to him, he says, "Yeah, I'm ordering another case," because he's out. He goes through it so quickly. People need these enzymes and hydrochloric acid. Well, it's listed here. And then the potassium is a mineral, that is so needed when there is a kidney dysfunction. Super green foods and all that nutrition is another thing that is needed. And of course, that organic, liquid, multiple vitamin, mineral, Intramax. There you go. Now that sets the stage, and we're making sure you're getting the essential nutrients as we are on the trail of taking care of kidney problems. But one of the things you're going to need when there's a kidney disorder is a blood builder, because it's trying to filter the blood. So you need a blood builder, a blood cleaner that's going to help clean the blood before it gets to the kidneys. So when it does, it's all broken down. The kidneys say, "Oh, wow, no more nasty stuff is coming at me. I think I can get rid of this because it's been cleaned with an anemia blood building formula called plasmania." Plasmania, again, 30 to 40 drops 3 times a day, something like that. That's an herbal formula that's going to give you the clean, rich, iron-rich blood. First herb in that herbal liquid tincture extract, number 1015, 1015, which helps to get rid of anemia and blood disorders, is the first herb is yellow dock. Yellow dock is 40% natural iron from a plant that your body recognizes and doesn't give you any problem. If you get iron from a doctor, he is so uninformed about nutrition, he will give you some kind of iron tablets that are going to constipate you, and you're going to throw them away after you bought them, if you're smart, because you're going to see the reaction. But yellow dock is 40% natural iron from a plant, yellow dock.